I feel like with the school closing, don't get me wrong, it's a good school, but for me, it's not worth the money. So I understand why it's closing, and I hope they at least build up or do something new here, because the school here ain't really how it used to be.
I mean, I feel disappointed.
I I just transferred here and it's closing, so it made me feel bad, and I got transferred to another school.
Students at Bloomfield College, a predominantly black institution, or PBI, are under enormous pressure after the announcement on October 19th of 2021 that the school may potentially shut down. It was a shock that made headlines as college president Dr. Marquita Evans openly revealed the financial state of the institution and the request for a partnership. Students gathered in the learning hub of the college's library to share their initial thoughts on the viral news.
I just transferred here from another school just to hear about one about to close down. I was like, okay, now what do I do?
Was disappointed, but I was also worried because of the fact that I haven't finished my degrees yet and I haven't fully graduated from Bloomfield, so that was
because like I'm going to the school and like I don't know if them credits going to transfer by the time it shuts down or whatever.
Although the 150-year-old college, located in the heart of Bloomfield, New Jersey, is not a historically black college or HBCU, Bloomfield College takes pride in serving predominantly black and Hispanic students who may not have had the opportunities or resources to attend college elsewhere. Bloomfield College was also ranked the highest amongst all liberal arts colleges and universities in the state by the U.S. News and World Report in moving students forward economically.
coming here to Bloomfield College, I felt more comfortable. I felt more comfortable to be myself with the warm, welcoming environment, especially in making friends. Working here at the library, as I've been working here for 3 years, it's been a very wonderful experience being here in Bloomfield College.
Most of Bloomfield College graduates are first generation, something that is important for minority families and for the nation. A lot of the students attending Bloomfield come from some of the most poverty-stricken areas, such as Paterson, Camden, Newark, and other neighboring cities in Essex County. Bloomfield College is a staple in its community because of its core mission to provide educational pathways for students from underserved communities, and that is why the fate of the institution is so crucial.
And what we do is we take students from Newark and then we kind of help, largely Newark, it's larger than that, but largely Newark based. And we help them kind of get into the middle class.
Dr. Brandon Fralix is on the committee to find solutions towards this financial crisis and advises students not to panic as they are working hard to keep the doors to Bloomfield College open.
We are an enrollment dependent and a tuition dependent institution, like many colleges across the country. And COVID hit us hard, and COVID hit our student body and the students we serve hard. And so
Dr. Fralix is the chairman of the Humanities Department and has been a part of the Bloomfield College family for almost 16 years.
This is as close to the edge as the college has come since the 1970s. I will say, if you don't know this, in the 70s, the college declared bankruptcy. And there's this was way before my time. I wasn't born yet. So I know that the college has gone through this 45 years ago or so. But in recent history, that it hasn't ever gotten to this point. In terms of enrollments, the college probably hit its highest enrollment around 2012, 2013, and then just kind of stayed, and that was around 2,000 students. It kind of stayed around there for 3 or 4 years, give or take a few students. And then from about 2015 to 2019, it kind of went down from about, say, 1,900 students to 1,600 students. After President Evans came and she had a new administrative team, there were signs. This is one of the things that's so frustrating. There were signs that we were going to have a change and there was going to be an uptick, and but that was in the fall of 19 and the early spring of 2020. So it looked like things were going to change. And then COVID happened, and COVID pushed us off the cliff, and enrollment-wise, and we went from having about 1,600 students to 1,300 students to this year we're at 1,100 students.
For the students here at Bloomfield College, the coronavirus pandemic has forced some of them to choose between continuing their education or making a living to help support their families. With the decline in enrollment and many students opting out of on-campus housing, students are noticing a difference in the mood surrounding life living on campus.
And I think after the pandemic started, once the pandemic started, there was a lack of activity. The mood in general, the vibe in general was more so, I guess what I could say was a bit depressing.
Bloomfield College participates at the Division II level in athletics while offering a number of different social activities and events catered to the interests and demographic of its students. From the Divine Nine and other cultural Greek life organizations to the newly crafted esports program and the Center for Student Leadership and Engagement, also known as CSLE. Students are primarily focused on finishing their degrees as planned and continuing to experience all the school has to offer as they were prior to COVID. The culture and identity of Bloomfield College is very important, especially to its students. When discussing the idea of merging with another local institution, students show their concern for maintaining the culture of Bloomfield, as it is what makes Bloomfield College special to the students that it serves. The diversity throughout the college campus has been one of the best parts of most of the students' educational experience here at Bloomfield College. Up a little bit.
We family, the staff love us here. It's just I feel like it's more like love type here at Bloomfield College.
After foraging many possibilities for assistance, on March 14, 2022, it was announced that Montclair State University had stepped up to the plate. Montclair is a predominantly white school serving roughly 20,000 students, while Bloomfield College is predominantly Black and Latino, serving significantly fewer students than Montclair. Students on campus respond to this new information.
I believe it's something that everybody can, adjust to and honestly, impact from. Not just from everybody's talking about the Bloomfield, but I think honestly, MSU and Montclair, they have something to gain from it as well. Not just, financially, but, just having another, close-knit resource than, before.
Students do worry about losing the identity of Bloomfield College after the announcement of partnering with a much larger school with a contrasting demographic. Will the school continue to be Bloomfield College? Or will the institution and its facilities just become a campus of Montclair State and this safe space for minority students will be lost?
Because you still want Bloomfield to be Bloomfield. You don't want it to get caught up in Montclair State. You still want them to have their own unique differences.
I believe we'll still be Bloomfield College. I still believe that. Just because, going back to the culture and going back to how, this is how they put it, partnership. I don't think, they merged or, had talks up until now so that, Montclair can, fully take over Bloomfield or, make, those type of near drastic changes. Of course, drastic changes are to come, but to that say that Bloomfield College won't be Bloomfield College, nah, I think it will still represent its name well.
Let's hope, for the sake of the community and for the students that Bloomfield College caters to, that the institution will in fact still carry the name Bloomfield College 10 to 20 years from now and beyond. Ultimately, that is the goal.